welcome to Select VoiceCom, where success stories are built daily. My name is Faith, and I will be your host today as we dive into a journey of resilience, growth, and success. From good to great, this is how to be successful as a call center agent. Who else to really tell us the insights about everything about success in the BPO industry other than our very own Chief of Operations, Mr. Jermaine Arco.
Thank you for having me, Faith.
I know, I'm so curious. How did this all start? How did you start? Did you really choose the BPO life?
So while I was still studying, there was a turning point in our lives where my parents are not able to sustain the studies anymore. We're 5 siblings. I'm the eldest, and then everyone was studying, so I had to help them some way. My first official job was at Jollibee. I was a service crew, and then this mantra of, I didn't know this by then, but I was practicing it. Like, if you know yourself,
You've already been practicing it.
Yeah, if you know yourself and you know your enemy, you need not fear the results of 1,000 battles. Modesty aside, I received tons of awards. I was about to be regularized, but I said to myself, like, there's more to this, because I had to finish my studies. After finishing the studies, I immediately went to IT Park. Why IT Park? It's just going back.
Yeah.
So I grew up in Cabantan, which is like less than 1 kilometers away from
Okay.
here. IT Park was developing, and I said to myself, this is a very manicured space, organized. And then when I get home, saying to myself, maybe the guys working there are making good money or making a name for themselves.
Yeah.
So I'll do my best to be
Part of that. Yeah.
Whether scrubbing the floor, I don't care. I was working in a BPO space, but not contact center. I was working as a data entry personnel. What got me not jealous but inspired is because when it comes to public transportation, they're taking taxis, and me, I'm just walking home or riding a jeepney. And I said to myself, like, a few years from now, I'll probably be one of the contact center agents here in the Cebu IT Park. I was already trying to learn what it takes to be a contact center agent. So I had to find a way to learn. English was not my forte.
Yeah, I think you mentioned you graduated as like an engineering student. It's a big shift.
Engineering at that time English was not taught. It's all mathematics, analytics, everything.
Exactly.
I enlisted the help of one of the team leaders who's very kind to teach me a thing or two about English. Her name is Karen. I won't forget her name. Literally changed my life. So I asked her, can you teach me English? Fortunately, I got the opportunity to be part of the team, but you have to pass the communications training.
Yeah.
So it took 2 months. It took me 2 or 3 tries just to pass that training. Still remember the name of the instructor. She was very kind, Love Acosta. If you're listening, if you're able to see this now.
Wow.
Yeah, you really turned my life around. And then the rest was history. After that, it was just nonstop grind until we made it here.
From an agent, what was your stepping stone after that?
So that's the reason where I met my wife. Glyza is very wonderful. Without her, I wouldn't be here. Meeting her paved the way of, I have to do better. I have to have clear 5-year goals every chapter of my life. I pursued another degree now, which is the maritime transportation. And then I searched for a company that would allow me to study and work at the same time. And this is where the first lesson is. You have to find a company that aligns with your values and goals. And I found Executive Boutique at that time, which was SVC now. We were just 30 plus agents at that time. The goal there was just to stay an agent and finish the college degree, the second college degree. But I got noticed. I was noticed by Dave, who was one of the managers at that time, offered me the role as a team leader. I just instantly grabbed the opportunity. I was hungry to prove myself and also to lead a team, even though I don't know what to do at that time. But I just said to myself, I'll figure it out. Yeah, I just took advantage of the subtle opportunity that was presented. So like, if you walk with the giants, you'll ultimately be
one of them.
Yeah, one of them. Not the giant, but at least you're walking. This all goes back to my childhood. My dad, who was my very first mentor, he started from the very bottom. Let's just describe this in 30 seconds. Construction worker. The peak of his career, he became a sous chef, like the top chef of Cebu.
Wow.
I don't know how he did it. But when he told me that if an opportunity is presented, just grab it. You'll figure it out along the way. It's not that I just leave it up to chance. I also worked really hard to make sure that I'm able to sustain the need and deliver what's expected out of me and more. If your intention is to compete, it will manifest in your actions, and then people will resent you for that.
Yeah.
And they will not be more open to helping you and to giving you the insights and the information that you need. I was raised to have positive intentions
through and through. Yeah. Amazing. I think you got that from your dad.
Yeah, and my mom too. So,
Aww.
yeah.
You said that you had it in you to really just focus on improving yourself. You know, there's burnout. There's challenges along the way. How do you deal with that?
Yeah, that is right. I just want to set the tone here. I'm not special. When I have conversations with friends, with my family, I'm just a guy that got lucky. You know, it's just an accumulation of advantage and grit over time. You just have to find meaning, whether it's work, whether it's family, whether it's life in general. Burnouts can happen. That is the fact of life.
Yeah.
But if you have a higher meaning for everything, it's really hard to give up.
So find that goal. Find that
goal. Find that meaning that would push you through the challenges, push you through the burnouts. Consistency favors the individuals if they want to be successful in life. You have to develop a routine, but obviously sticking to the routine.
Yeah.
Still, the baseline would be staying consistent. It may be a cliche, and some people will not agree about this because, especially in the Philippines, we have that false sense of job security. Like agents would be like, if I don't like it here, I'll just transfer. But if you keep doing that, you're doing a disservice to yourself.
And it's not consistent. It goes against consistency.
Yeah, it goes against consistency.
Yeah.
It's also being rebellious about the opportunity that life throws at you. You know, if you hang in there for a couple of months. There are times that I want to give up. Way back. Also recently. Sometimes we're very impatient. Getting notice may take a couple of weeks, a couple of days, maybe more, years. But you're doing that not for the company, not for the team. It's for you. It's for yourself.
Exactly.
Growth starts from within. If you want to be the best at something, it should start from you.
It's your controllable factor.
It's your controllable factor.
Yeah.
Your effort, being good with your team, with your teammates, your relationships that you establish with your teammates. That's also a controllable factor. So if you just stuck with that, you'll go a long ways.
You're the COO now. What's your success? What's the next goal now?
The next goal, obviously, is to expand the company without sacrificing the culture. Culture is very important to us, and that's what separates us from
the rest.
The rest of the contact center industry. We have a site in Davao that's already operational.
Exactly. Yep. Oh my God.
Yep, that is right, and I can't believe that
we're doing that.
Yeah, we're doing that.
Wow.
So if you asked me 10 years ago, they'll be like, I don't think we're capable of doing it. With growth, that's a challenge, obviously, because you have more people, more players, more variables that you have to deal with. But we have a very good team. We have a great team. We have the best owners, Trevor and Mark, and I fully trust them that we will be able to sustain that culture.
Yeah.
Also provide more jobs and job security for agents and leaders that we have, and ultimately promote from within. Growth is our goal, but also the number one priority is keeping our employees happy. I know that's a constant challenge, but with continuous improvement, we will be able to get closer to that.
From taking calls to calling the shots. Can you imagine that? And thank you so much for tuning in. Once again, this has been your host. My name is Faith, and this is Jermaine.
Thanks for having me.
And I just want to say, keep striving, keep growing, and keep being success driven. Bye.